So let's talk. So how has COVID affected your business, your day-to-day, your industry?
We're a small, close-knit team. We're 7 staff at the ARIDO office, so we're used to interacting with each other every day, and I think that's probably the biggest impact to the team itself as an organization. I was telling you a couple of days ago, we had a large event scheduled for last night, which would have brought together 300 of our members in a room, and it's an annual event, and we had to shift within the last week and turn it completely digital. And ARIDO reports on what's happened over the last year, where are our financials at the end of 2019, and members get to vote on business, and then we get to talk about where we're going as an organization forward. So the team had to scramble within the last week to cancel the hotel, work with the hotel, what's in the contract, what are we obligated under, and how do we shift this to a completely online virtual meeting where members were able to vote. And that is something we had never done before. And it went well. It went really, really well.
So did you get the vote done?
We got the vote done. Everything we presented as far as business, we had 4 motions. And I think we handled it well. And I think the members really stepped up and just played their part and contributed and, participated online and helped us move business forward. So that was our first time trying it to that extent. And it was fun and it went really well. It was nerve-wracking.
Okay, that's great. I can't believe that. Holy banana. Okay. What about you personally working from home?
For me, what I'm learning is I had more structure at the office than I did at home. So I noticed over the last week, I'm not getting up and taking a break for myself. I'm not getting up and grabbing a glass of water. I'm plowing through stuff.
I find the same thing though, like the process, and I think this is the same for a lot of people, the process of getting up, taking a shower, having breakfast, having a coffee, driving to work is the total pregame show. And when there isn't that, I think about it like I'm driving stick, but I never learned how. I find that a bit of a challenge. The other thing I find a bit of a challenge is that there's no definition as to when I'm on and off, because it's so easy to just, open your computer and go back to work. And I think that has to stop.
It's true. We do end up, I'm the same as you. I had a commute. I live in Burlington. The office is in Toronto. So I had a good solid hour, which is that pre-game show that you're talking about. It gets you ready for, the day ahead. And I haven't had that. So you end up hitting the ground running. So I've started to kind of use my calendar a little bit to make little reminders to myself throughout the day. So that I am getting up to go have some lunch, feed my belly, keep me going. I was running through I was working straight to 2 p.m. and realizing, why am I hungry? Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I should probably get some food. And as you know, because we are in the same industry, which is design and construction, we're such a close-knit community. I think the biggest thing I'm missing is the hugs and the smiles, right? It's like we're such a hugging community.
And we actually
utilizing
each other.
I know, we do. And even competitors will sit at a table with each other and genuinely like each other and speak to each other about personal and business matters, right? So,
like, how has your life been kind of better?
I think, that work-life balance we've all been chasing a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have an hour commute anymore to work, which I didn't mind to begin with. It was my hour to myself where nobody could find me on the GO train, and I could just, either prepare for the day, do some work or read, or just stare out into the oblivion as the train rolls along the tracks. And so this has given me a little bit more calm time to get through the work I need to get through. And then I could have more time during the day to take the dog out a couple more times, which he's really appreciating. Is all the attention that he's getting now that I'm home all the time.
I find, and I've been told this by almost everybody that knows me well, is that I'm quite black and white. There's not really a lot of gray in my world. This whole situation is like an exercise in how gray can we get. you know, and it's actually, for me, it's been
Mhm.
liberating in a sense, because I can control nothing. And there's something really lovely about that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. One of the things that I've done is I've stopped reading some of the major media outlets because it was so overwhelming and in the wrong way.
What do you hope we learn?
I think, a couple of the biggest takeaways from the life side for me, the personal side for me, is while we think we appreciate everything, we're not stopping. We aren't taking that pause enough to really just put more effort into our personal lives and our loved ones. And as you walk around in our neighborhood, you can see which houses have families because the kids have put in the window, stay safe, keep smiling, we're in this together. They're just the cutest little things that are happening in the neighborhood. And it's, I think, uniting us in different ways as a community. And how do we change our business to adapt to continuing that connection piece internally with each other? I think business continuity plans, you're starting to see a lot of that emerge now over the last week. And as much as we would have liked to think that we were prepared as businesses, we were somewhat prepared, not entirely.
I think a lot of us were quite out of sorts, and trying to figure out how do I do my job within these new parameters. Things that normally would not annoy me annoyed the bananas out of me. I got a lot of prospecting emails in last week, and with hard sell. And so just from LinkedIn. So somebody asks for a connection, I'll accept the connection, and then boom, in comes a hard sell. And whatever. But last week it bothered me. It annoyed me. I'm like, read the global room, guys. I'm really glad that happened, because what I realized is that I've got to find a way to have more meaningful conversations. Like, doing business is great, and I want to have meaningful conversations with people that we do business with, of course, but just in general.
Sometimes, you and I are a great example. We met through the organization, through ARIDO, and we've had a great growing relationship with Urban Outline. But you and I now, I rely on you so much as a fellow woman, fellow lady in leadership.
We're buddies.
And so this is, it's been a great win, I think, for me. But you and I took that extra step to kind of build upon that and put more time in to not just always have the business conversations, but learn where we can align as women in leadership. So you're right. I think we need to think more. We definitely have to connect more. And I think hopefully we learn that moving out of this. So, okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.